Hey everyone, so I hope you had a very good weekend. I wanted to do a quick products I'm loving right now video. These are my favourite kind of videos to watch from other people, so I wanted to join in on the fun. A lot of people are doing their August favourites right now and I really love watching those. So I'm going to run through some makeup hair care products that I really like and have been using quite a lot. And in fact I was going to say I've been using them quite a lot this month, and I probably really should just do monthly favourites every month. I might have to think about that, but I'll get going now. So there are actually two lipsticks which I love, and they're from the opposite ends of the price range and the brand scale. You've got YSL and you've got Maybelline, and I love them both for different kind of reasons. I'll talk about the Maybelline one. I mentioned this before on my blog and also in my Face of the Day tutorial demo thing, and it is Amber Rose 112 is the name of the lipstick, and it's a gorgeous pink. I have kind of ruined it, as you can see. Definitely been wearing this one. And it's just such a pretty colour. I've just put it down here as the swatch, and above is the next one that I'm talking about, which is the YSL Rouge Volupté in number 7, which is Lingerie Pink. This is probably my favourite one of the whole range. I love number 1, I love number 2. They're both much more wearable colours, but I really love the coolness of this pink. It's such a nice colour. On Friday I did go to the YSL counter and picked up another one, which is the new colour number 19. I think this is called Frivolous Pink. I'm not completely sure. I'm just going with that because that's what my gut instinct tells me. But it is a slightly less cool version of Lingerie Pink. It's actually, in a way, I find this not as easy to wear, strangely, even though this is meant to be the sort of more wearable version of that colour. I don't think it is. It's much stronger and brighter, and it's the one at the top there. But it's really lovely. It's a nice statement pink and lovely formulation, and it smells like melon, and I love the packaging. And then I'm going to give an honourable mention to another lipstick which I've only started using the last couple of days, but I've had this for a while, and it's actually by Illamasqua. You haven't heard me talk about Illamasqua a whole lot because I was a little bit anti Illamasqua. And I kind of think maybe I still am, and maybe it's just a case of the Emperor's New Clothes with this brand. I haven't made up my mind yet. But I was sent a load of products by them, which of course is great, it's easy, you don't have to spend any money, you just got sent a load of stuff in the post, so you're going to feel positively about them. And they weren't really colours that I really would ever use or buy, so I wanted to do my own online order, which I did. And that is where my love for Illamasqua ended, basically. Their website is awful. I think it's probably one of the worst out there, and I say that because they have no high quality photographic images of any of the colours, and considering they're a brand that really prides itself on the wide range that's available, they're kind of selling themselves a little bit short in not having that. And they also don't have any text description of the shade, so you really have no idea about the finish, whether something is multi-pearl dimensional or whether it's just a flat matte colour. You don't have a lot to go on, so you have to do kind of Google image searches to see if other bloggers have basically taken photos of a product so you can get an idea of the colour. I just think that's so lazy, and it really put me off Illamasqua. And I ordered 2 lipsticks, 1 lip gloss and a blush, and they arrived, and surprise surprise, only one of the products was kind of what I expected it to be. So I sent a couple of things back because just a waste of money otherwise, and I hate doing that because it's such a pain to have to order things, get them delivered, not like them, have to send them back, check your bank balance to make sure they've refunded you. It's just a hassle I can live without, and I'm quite happy to just completely forget about them and stay with NARS and MAC and a bit of Revlon and drugstore brands because they make me happy and I don't have any problems ordering their products. So with that tirade over, I do quite like this lipstick, which is one of the ones that I ordered, completely different to what I thought it was going to be, but it's called Nubile, and it's basically a shimmery lipstick, and it's a very light lilac colour. This is actually how it fades on the lips. It keeps the pigment there quite a long time, so I'd say the lipsticks are probably very good quality because the pigment stays and it fades really elegantly, so you're just left with a nice wash of this really soft lilac colour. It's so pretty. So I really like Nubile, but I hate the Illamasqua website. So we'll move on to talk about happier things like blush. And I've been wearing these two. They're essentially exactly the same colour, it's just that one one has gold shimmer running through it and one doesn't. And the gold shimmer one is Stark Naked, which obviously by MAC, and it came out at Christmas. Really, really pretty colour on the cheeks, just kind of lifts the complexion, and I love wearing this. But it does obviously have that gold shimmer running through it, so if you want to do without that but still keep with a nice pinky, very light plum blush finish, then Koi Girl by MAC I think is essentially the base colour of Stark Naked, because they look very, very similar when I wear them. And I love Koi Girl because it's just a really pretty matte colour to swatch. It's quite a cool colour, but it's very flattering when I wear it, and I really enjoy both of these blushes. I try not to use too much Stark Naked because it is limited edition, so that's why I've sort of found something that's pretty good enough in Koi Girl. Here were the blushes, and now I'm going to move on to talk about some eyeshadows which I really love using. But yeah, these are the eyeshadows that I love. The first one is a MAC one, which is Glamour Check, and I love this colour. I love wearing it under the eye as I'm doing here, and I'm inspired to do it under the eye because I love Aubrey O'Day's makeup, and she always wears a colour very, very similar to this under the eyes. The one that I love as well, which is basically exactly the same, is Antiqued. So if you put them side by side, you can see they are very, very similar colours. I'm thinking now, why did I buy this one? But anyway. Yeah, so it's that kind of tone of colour, that sort of reddish brown, which I think is really amazing on green and blue eyes. So I love Glamour Check and Antiqued equally. I say equally because they are basically exactly the same colour. And then I used this one in a tutorial, and it's the L'Oreal Colour Appeal in Real Silver, and it's such a brightly pigmented, pretty shimmer colour. I'm trying to open it, but yeah, it's really intense pigment. It's a really beautiful colour, and I was kind of inspired because I had such a positive experience with this one to buy some of the others, and I noticed in the Studio Secrets range, which I don't know if this is available in the US yet, I'm not sure, but they have a series of shadows which are basically exactly the same as these ones, which are the L'Oreal Colour Appeals, but they call them Studio Secrets, and they basically define people by their eye colour. So if you have green eyes, they have a whole range that's going to suit you. And this is called a Professional Green Eyes Intensifier, which sounds good, but it's basically a light mauvey, sort of dirty mauvey colour, and I love wearing this with, I'm actually wearing this on my eyes now with the Glamour Check on my lower lash line, but I'm wearing this on my lid, and this is Mykonos, which is a NARS cream shadow. I love their cream shadows, I would happily buy more. And then I just put this over the top because they're essentially the same colour. So what this shadow does is it just intensifies the tone of this one and just keeps it from creasing so much on the lids. So I love these two. These are very, very good for green eyes and blue eyes probably as well. So NARS Mykonos and L'Oreal Studio Secrets in number 380 is the code on the back. So they are lovely. So that's all the face stuff done. I've got a whole hand of lilacs and pinks, but I'm going to move on and talk about the two hair products which I love so much. I'll talk about this one first, which is by Bumble and Bumble. It's called Brilliantine, and as I said, I've had it for probably a couple of years. It was £15 when I got it from Space NK. It's probably since gone up in price, but definitely a little goes a long way. It comes out as a cream, and I will put some in my hair. I use probably about that much, and then I rub it between my hands, and then I basically put it through my hair. So you probably can't tell any difference, but anyway, I will tell you what it does and what it's designed to do. It's basically a perfect product for someone who's got quite a few layers in your hair, or if you want your ends to look quite sharp and quite piecey. This is the ideal product to use because it's really lightweight. It will bring out your haircut because it will separate your layers from everything else, and it just adds a nice bit of texture to the hair, and I really enjoy using it. Definitely out of all the Bumble and Bubble products that I've tried, Brilliantine is the one that I would repurchase out of everything, and the one that's seen me through lots of different haircuts, so I love this one. And the other product is the Aveda Pure Abundance, and this is the powder that volumizes your hair, so it's perfect if you want to create lift at the crown. So I'll apply a little bit up here. So I'm going to try and do this sight unseen. You basically put it there, you can feel it because it's cooling, and you use your fingers to sort of create the volume. So you probably can't tell, but I can tell there's a little bit of lift at the roots, and that's what I was going for. So this is definitely worth the money. This is £17. There are other products very similar to this on the market, like there's the Kleinol one. So if this has been discontinued, there are other options out there, but this is the one that I like the most, I think, the Aveda one. So they're all the products that I have been using and enjoying using most recently. I may start doing these monthly because I think think it's just easier, and then you can just keep on track of things. So watch out for that for September. I should say before I go, a non-makeup or beauty product related item is this, which is actually one of the series of books by Charlaine Harris, and this is what True Blood is based on, the TV programme, which I also love watching, but really enjoying reading these. Highly recommend that everyone does. And personally, my favourite character is Eric. I think Eric is the one that she should be going for, not Bill. But anyway, have a good week. I'm sure I'll see you somewhere along the line, but until then, take care. Bye. One as well. The monthly favourites are always really want to be in the garden rather than doing this, so I'm gonna have to just get it right.